son. Yeah, son, we turning up the mic volumes. All right.
Should I call you back and switch? Because I just called you off my phone right now.
Yeah,
Should I
call
switch
me
back
back.
over?
Yeah, yeah. Switch back to what you did.
I
Ooh, it's running very good now. Gotta maintain the good bit rate for these streams. All right. Cool. We got some. Gonna get it going here in a second here. Mr. Dennis Click will be joining me, and we're gonna be presenting a little walkthrough on Tezos Homebase, real quick, just to demonstrate how we're using it. My name's Sebuh. You might know me or might not know me. It's all good. But if you like Tezos and NFTs and DAOs and staking stuff, this is the place to be right now. Alright, everybody, friends got it. Here we go. Oh man. you know what's really horrible, man?
What's
It's
up?
back down. It's back down to like 3 megabit per second upload. So
What in the fuck?
yeah, I know, right?
Well, shoot.
But let me see if the stream's still live. It still looks like it's live. But
Well, maybe let me refresh that.
yeah, it's still getting an ass load of dropped frames on my end. Like 15%. Alright, whatever. This is Tezos Homebase. You have all these DAOs here that are trying to set up shop on Tezos Homebase. Have you heard of Dicker DAO Butts? I haven't heard of that one. It's a new one. Looks like Dicker DAO.
I've seen the Dicker butts or whatever. I think that's been kind of taken off. As far as like projects.
That's good. I'm glad someone else is trying the platform out. So this is the main homepage of the Sebuh's Baker DAO, and here what we could do is after you get to this page, you navigate on the main page here. It's all the way at the bottom of the list for some reason, but let's get a little disclaimer. To close that.
They should show the top DAOs at the top of the list, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'll tell them to do that by who has the most. Maybe we could recommend they do it by who has the most DAO members to be at the top.
Yeah, something like that. Seems weird because I feel like you'd want to showcase the more active ones first.
YouTube's telling me to lower the bit rate, but I think it'll be fine. It's telling me to use 2500, but I have it set at 6000. Anyway, what were you saying, Click?
What's that?
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that I think it makes sense that you'd want to showcase like the more active DAOs and stuff at the top of the list, so people don't think it's just like a fucking graveyard when they look at Homebase,
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna note that somewhere. Order DAOs via member account. Do you think the link is still the same or the link changed? Could you see the link for the video?
The link changed. Do you want me to? Should I shoot it out right now?
Yeah, let's shoot it out. Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
All right. I will tweet this right now.
Alright, I changed some bitrate setting here. It should be better now, I think. Anyway, yes, let's look here. This says the DAO's name right here. It's Sebuh's Baker DAO for now, and then it's got a little description. And what we want to do after we get here, we need to get some sub tokens. So if you have a wallet like Kukai, you would have your your tokens here, how many tokens you have, and how much Tezos you have. To get started, you just need to acquire some sub tokens. So the easy way to do that is to connect your wallet to Quipuswap.com, which is the one of the main decentralized exchange on Tezos. And then you're gonna need to find the sub token on there, which we have provided the links for in the description of the video. And you just buy some sub tokens. I'm gonna buy just one one Tezos worth real quick.
It's kind of annoying that you gotta go and paste in the contract address for that.
Yeah, but there's links everywhere. It's easy to get a link for this.
Yeah, I just feel like
at some point it'll get whitelisted, right? Who knows? So here we are. We're trading one Tezos for 150 sub tokens. Should have this any second here. It's gonna confirms. So yeah, that's where one way to get sub. The other way to get sub token is to use our recruitment program that we have going on right now, which is basically you can get 100 to 200 sub token by contributing an NFT to the DAO's treasury.
Yeah, that's been. I think that's been pretty darn successful too. A lot of people are more than happy to send an NFT or two over to the DAO and get some SEB tokens to stake. Almost everyone that I've been talking to and recruited has really enjoyed it. And some people, some of the people have donated multiples and stuff, and so yeah, we're more than happy to kind of make that exchange. And also, I mean, up to a point, right? Like, we can't do, can't send like 1,000 in or whatever, but yeah, it's been really fun. I think it speaks to like the general attitude of the people who are building on Tezos and doing things on Tez.
Yeah, it's a very personal thing, it seems like, and the way, or this more personal approach seems to be working cool. So I confirmed I have the sub token in my wallet down here, and I just go back to Homebase and connect the wallet now. So I connect my wallet again with Kukai, and just gonna wait a minute here for this, and we get the approval. We approve the connection, and now it says I'm connected. So when you want to join the DAO, what you have to do is deposit some sub tokens into the DAO contract, and we do that by going over here to the user tab in the navigation, and right here we have a deposit button. I'm gonna deposit. Well, I got like 150 of them. We've requested the developers to have an amount here of like how many sub tokens you have and add a max button. It's in the backlog. It'll get added later. But for now, this is what we use.
It's a little surprising to do it that way, because then it feels like you don't have anything in your wallet compared to, most of the other dApps that people would be familiar with. So I think that would
making it similar to what everyone else uses makes it user friendly. So here I'm confirming the transaction of sending 150 sub tokens to the DAO treasury, and what happens is these sub tokens will be locked. They'll be frozen for one full cycle until I can start using them. So a brand new fresh recruit will not be able to vote or make a proposal until after they've gone through this waiting period.
And it is based on cycles, because I thought for some reason it seemed to feel like it took about 24 hours whenever I've moved.
Yes. One cycle in the DAO is 24 hours right now, and we're considering increasing the time frames a little bit to adjust them. So right now I have this pending balance up here of 150 sub, and after it's cleared through the freeze, it'll be over here in the available balance it'll say 150 in the available balance. So if I go back to the user tab again, it says pretty much the same thing. And you can't withdraw. I don't believe you could withdraw them right after depositing them either. So this should throw me an error. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it gave me an error. Not enough frozen tokens. Well, so my tokens are frozen right now, so I can't withdraw them for basically another 24 hours. And then that's basically all you got to do to join the DAO. That's all you got to do. And,
yeah. Just like summarize real quick. Easiest way to join the DAO is to contact Seb or myself. Either tell us you want to join the DAO and participate, or just donate an NFT. You don't even need to talk to us. You can donate an NFT. We will see it and eventually get to airdropping you some tokens. And then at that point you can reference this video if you want. But yeah, that's just talk to us. Hit us up. You know, if someone really wants to join the DAO and they don't have and they can't buy any SEB, or they don't really have anything that they can donate, just talk to us. If you seem like a real person and you want to do the thing with us, we'll get you in there. It's we don't want that to be a barrier to entry.
Yeah, we could give it little small amounts to people to play with to see how it works. Okay, so next we're gonna go on the proposal. We're gonna start next with the proposals tab. So actually in the home tab, now we'll see that also we have the pending amount here. And right now we're in the cycle of the voting on proposals. It's a 2-cycle system. There's a cycle where you're voting on a proposal, and then there's a cycle where you're creating proposals. And right now it's in the voting portion of it. And right here it's saying current cycle, it says 700 blocks left in cycle. So we have 629 blocks. So we know that a block is 30 seconds. So you could figure out that's about 315 minutes until the next cycle. I've actually also wanted to recommend the developers to change this to be like in hours or something like that, or hours and minutes, or what time the cycle is going to change and stuff like that. Make it a little bit more easier to understand, because blocks is like sounds too like nerdy crypto guy term, you know. So we want
21 hours.
Yeah, it would be better to make it an easier thing like that. Okay, we have the amount of sub token that's locked currently in the vote is 141,278 is locked in the DAO, or is it?
Let me see if my screen's different.
No, I think I think that amount that is showing right here is what's locked in the votes. And then we have 47 voting addresses and 1 active proposal. Now we're going down here to the active proposals area, and then here we have the top addresses area, where it shows who's who and how many votes they have and how many times they voted, how many votes they have available to use. And we could see that some of these people have their username popping up, or their avatar kind of popping up, so that's kind of cool feature there. And that's about it for this area. We'll just move along to the next area, which would be the proposals area. Now here they have this button called execute at the top, and basically what that does is it runs whatever proposal needs to be run. So once the proposal's voting period is done, it becomes executable, where someone is actually going to make the proposal do what it said it was going to do. So
anybody can do that.
Yeah, anybody can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, but it kind of surprised me the first time I hit execute on a different proposal, and it actually flushed and it did something. You know, I was like, oh, cool, yeah. We did a thing.
Yeah, that was cool. Huh? Then the right here that has a little button for making a new proposal, but as you can see right now, it's grayed out because it's not in the proposal creation phase. And then down here we have the active proposals, and then these are all the proposals that have been created This one here, a couple expired, and a lot of these were dropped. And
some of that
I
was
don't
just
know
like
why
bug
this one says
stuff, right?
expired, but this one did go through. I don't know why it's saying expired. Didn't you execute this one, Dennis? The one that was.
Yeah, like transfer to
Yeah, you
the
transferred
one
with that NFT. I don't know why it's
Yep.
saying expired. Okay, I'll have to make a note of that because it shouldn't be saying expired.
What proposal was that? What's the last four?
This one was moving one of the NFTs out of the treasury and into my wallet
Yeah.
to be able to
I'm
go
looking at
list.
the proposal list though.
The one
What is
that's
this?
from the bottom would be like the fourth one up. I think one, two, three, no,
Oh,
fifth one up is the one that you ran the execution on. So these are all categorized by the titles, right? These are all just random numbers on these ones, but these proposals were very simple, like set baking commission to 25%, and over here this proposal, the newest one, it has a link to a Tezos Agora forum discourse post, so it loads what's in that main topic of that Tezos Agora post. So it's kind of linked to Tezos Agora. And here we're explaining the like some news about what's been going on in the DAO. So we have the DAO news here, and we also have proposal number 7. So people will come to the proposal, and they'll check up on the news about the DAO, and then they'll also get to see what the proposal is that's on the agenda, and they could vote on it. So right now the proposal 7 is it's gonna be it's been voted on Sunday. It's being voted on today, and what it's going to do is send 100 PNDC tokens and 100 PND tokens to Sebuh's Baker's wallet address. That's the Baker's wallet address, and that's about that. So we're testing out transferring FA2 tokens out of the DAO in a batch, and to check if it's functioning properly. That's the goal of this proposal. So if you wanted to vote on this proposal, yes or no, you could click vote against or vote for, and then you click the which one you want to go with. I'm going to go with vote for, and I could input here the 150, and I would submit it. But since my sub token is frozen right now, it's going to give me an error. Alright, so that's okay. We'll just wait for the next proposal to vote on this account. And so basically what we've been talking about here in the proposal is the DAO recruitment initiative we have going. That you could send your NFT to dao.sebuh.tez, or the contract address exactly how it is instead of this one right here. And we have the TZKT page of the DAO linked, and we also have linked the our some Twitter accounts, so like you could contact Klick on Twitter or Telegram to talk to him about getting familiarized and guided with joining the DAO. Like if you need some extra guidance, you could contact us. And here we have
absolutely. Always happy to help with any questions anyone has with this. This is all very new, even to us. We're still just trying to, kick the tires on it a little bit and see what we can really do with this thing, and just trying to cultivate the people who are interested. Because otherwise, it's just we don't want to be like another DAO in name only. Like where it's just like the same 2 people voting and making decisions or whatever. Like so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long journey. We'll get there. So here's the Tezos Agora post. So this is the DAO proposals post on Tezos Agora. So what we do is we'd create the proposal post on Tezos Agora first, and then we link the proposal to the Tezos Agora post. And here we have some links to the Telegram chat, and we have an image of screenshot of the NFT gallery that we're gonna talk about here in a second. And that's another thing we started doing is we started a farm on the Crunchy network, and it's gonna be running from January 15th to May 10th, it's going to be paying out 0.01 sub token per minute or per second for about 115 days to distribute 100,000 sub tokens. And we have the link here to get there to check it out.
You said that was what was the total supply that was being? You said it was like 10% of the total.
Yeah, this is 10% of the current total supply. Yes. So we have 1 million tokens right now, and 100,000 tokens are being put in the farm. So then another cool thing we wanted to mention in the DAO news portion of the proposal was we created a deep freezer, time locked liquidity on Crunchy Network. So I've placed my liquidity tokens into a lock, which should be in there for a while, and it'll unfreeze, and I'll get them back to decide what to do with them later. So that's the
I think that's a really smart thing to do with the crunchy stuff. Like I think it helps with it shows good faith on your end. You know, you're not trying to the more that we can lock up in that type and in ways like that, I think the better it will be at keeping those haters a little quiet. Yeah.
They have legit concerns, you know. One thing that people are kind of not getting is the scope of how far we want to take this, really. I guess that's what they don't get, or I'm not sure, but so that's the DAO proposal area. So after this proposal phase is going to be done, and what was it? We said 300 minutes, a couple hours, basically. This proposal will be in the next phase where someone will have to be able to execute the proposal, and then it'd be added into the registry. So next we're going to go over the treasury of Tezos Homebase. We have this is the treasury, and this is the treasury's contract address, which will...
This is the fun stuff.
Yeah, this is what everyone seems to want to play with. So we could see the DAO treasury address here on TZKT. It's marked and customized there, and you can see the tokens here. And there's 348,000 sub tokens in the DAO currently, and viewing it from TZKT. So over here, if you view it on Tezos Homebase, it's a little bit different, right? Their UI is a little different. So we have our Tezos. We have 2.2 Tezos. It's at the top, and then it has all these other tokens that have been added to the treasury.
Also, Seb, another thing to mention too is pulling up the object.com page for the SEB DAO treasury, because sometimes, on Homebase, not every NFT shows. On TZKT, it doesn't always make the most sense.
Yeah.
But object.com is the great way to see what's all in there in terms of NFTs and stuff like that. Yeah,
that is the easiest place to check it out, and we'll put up a link for that in a bit here. But moving on along, we have the transaction history of what's been just for a short amount of history of what's been incoming into the DAO and what's been outgoing. So an outbound transaction here, for example, this one is someone probably withdrew from the DAO, maybe. I don't know. They left the 500 sub tokens. So right here, if you want to contribute Tezos to a DAO on Tezos Homebase, you would click the Fund DAO with XTZ button, and then you would say, for example, I want to put in this 0.1337. Let's see. It will send me to my wallet to confirm the transaction, and then I can go back to the treasury page and see that it created the transaction. So this number should go up now. Now next, that's pretty much it for the the treasury portion of Tezos Homebase. Now we can go ahead and move on to registry. This is where items that have been passed.
This is the thing I'm most confused about is the registry. 'Cause it seems like you can put whatever you want in here, right? And then like it's like I don't know. I'll let you explain it, but yeah, this part was a little unclear to me.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, what the registry is like if this proposal that we have up right now passes and then it gets executed, it should end up in the registry as a registry item. And what it would say is, in the registry, it would say that 100 tokens or 200 tokens were taken out and where they were sent, and it should have a history. So here it's supposed to populate with the history of all the things that the DAO has voted and agreed to do. That's what the registry is. Everything that doesn't get passed through the governance process properly will not show up here. So if we see down here all these dropped proposals, ones we were running while we were testing things, they don't end up in the registry. So this was a bug we discovered.
When we did the other proposal passed and it moved the NFT from the treasury into your wallet, should that have shown up on here on the registry page?
I believe that one, it should have showed up on the outbound transfer here, to be honest, in the treasury, because that was a treasury proposal. It was not a registry proposal. But a registry proposal is supposed to be like, it could be like like say for example, we want Sebuh to make the baker commission fee 25%. So if that proposal passes, then the baking fee would have to be changed to reflect the DAO's wishes.
Okay, so it's for stuff that is like kind of off chain in a way, like stuff that is
like the DAO's
not done through this Homebase contract.
Yeah, it'd be like the DAO's business dealings outside of the off chain. Like if the DAO wanted to have
what if you wanted to make me like an actual official recruiter or whatever through the DAO, like have it showed up?
We could totally do that. For example, that you could put in the registry, like electing people to positions in the DAO. You could have that. You could have that locked into the registry. Or say, for example, we want to change the name of the DAO. So the DAO members decide on a new name, and the name and the description can get updated with the registry item also. Which we're working on that feature right now with the developers to get that going. For example, a lot of people were not particularly fond of Sebuh's Baker DAO being the name, so if we were to change it to just Baking DAO or Baker DAO or whatever like that, that registry item would be there and it would say name change to so and so. We're changing our name, we're rebranding, but
So it's like the official record of things that can't necessarily be recorded through a Tezos transaction of some sort, like.
Yeah, because you could put arbitrary things in there that you wouldn't be able to just input into.
Like Seb needs to do 100 push-ups if this proposal passes.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, then sure. And he has to have a live stream video proof. Yeah, you could do that. It could make me thin again. That'd be great. So right now, as it says right here, there's a button that says new item, and that's grayed out because it's not in the proposal creation phase. Okay, so then moving on to the NFT Treasury. So this is the same Treasury address as the regular Treasury page over here. We don't have multiple Treasury addresses. We just have this section that is called the NFT Treasury, and in here it will display all the NFTs that are currently being held by the DAO. The Baking DAO has a recruitment program where people have been sending their NFTs to the DAO, so we've been able to collect a decent amount of NFTs in the past month. And I've contributed a lot of NFTs myself, and Dennis has contributed a lot of NFTs, and the new recruits.
And now we need to give a special shout out to Breeze Blocks. He's contributed several as well.
Nice.
He probably won't see this or hear this, but we must do it anyway.
Here's a Spider Monkey one here, and then here's a 82 Dazi one. So the cool thing is, you click on the side of like if you click over here, like on its card, the gray area, it opens up the description, the object number, the file type, and then it has the creator, and then it has their tags that they inputted when they created their NFT. So this is the Hicket-Nunk object number for this NFT, and if I click on the NFT itself, actually it'll take me to the IPFS linked file, so it goes directly to the IPFS there.
I wonder if it might be better to have it just go to like I mean, that's a problem with like the Hicket-Nunk mirrors, I suppose, but I wonder if it's better to go to the NFT page. That would, so if someone sees it, or because I think part of the appeal to donating the NFTs and stuff is that if the Baking DAO ever were to, get really big and stuff, it might be like a legitimate, if you're to be like in the DAO treasury, could be seen as like a good way to get eyeballs on your stuff or whatever.
To be able to get more sales, you're saying to like build an easier way to get a person from the DAO's NFT treasury to actually buying NFTs from the contributions artist?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some people who join the DAO or people who look at the DAO that may not necessarily be members, and then they just look at things in the treasury. And if they see something they like, it'd be kind of cool if they could just like click on it and have that bring them to the page on Hicket-Nunk object or whatever.
I see what you're talking about. That makes sense, because right now what it's doing is, if I click Breeze Blocks right here, it takes me to TZKT.io, and it drops me off on his address. So what you're saying is you want this link right here to just drop him on the object.com created page?
No. I was thinking like the individual NFT, like because right now instead of clicking on it and having it go to the IPFS page.
Okay, then the NFT should be clicked from right here, maybe. Like if they click the name or this right now, this number. But this was a Calumet NFT, actually, I think. This one looks like what the Calumet NFT kind of looked like.
Oh, sure, yeah. I meant wherever it might be at, right? If it's a Calumet thing.
This one's also looking like it was from Calumet. It's got all this weird data there. But then when you look at, for example, this one from Object, it has the tags, but it doesn't have all this weird data. I guess there was no description on this particular NFT. And then here's one that's from Tezotopia. It's a Tezotopia artifact, and yeah, it has their own way of implementing FA2 NFT token. Because the thing is there's everyone that's making NFTs in Tezos is not doing it by a standard defined way. All the different platforms kind of do it differently. So depending on which platform the NFT came from, it'll look different on here. Like say for example this Cumulus Cloud, it has set up like this,
the generative one-off types of projects and stuff.
We have a lot of Cumulus Clouds.
That's funny.
Okay, here we have a GoGo 1480 here. I don't know. I wonder who put that one. I can't.
I threw one of my. I'm pretty sure that was me.
Okay, this one says it's got the creators here, 2 creator addresses, and then it has no tags, and it just says go for GoGo number 1480. So that's how their minter contract wrote their metadata like that. And if you look, for example, at this neon, it has the description like this. But I would like it to have the attributes of the neon, like the rarity percentages that they have here listed would be cool. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like definitely. We have a pixel panda here, and it doesn't have the It doesn't have his rarity things either, I don't think. We have a bruh, number 72, bruh, and it's got, what is this? This looks like it's an object.com number collection item. So this one we know this is an object.com collection item, not a Hicket Nunk minted NFT or privately run minting contract. So this one is different also. Then we have this gecko here. It's from Cyber Gecko Gang, and they had their own minter contract, so it comes out as gecko number 222. So yeah, that's
Pretty sweet.
it's
There's
kind
a
of
cyber gecko.
it's kind of you think it's kind of confusing how it says the object.com number 8 and this one says number 5, but they're from different collections.
Yeah, like they're if there's a maybe let them know. I don't know if there's like a if it's gonna go if they're gonna do it that way, they should have the name of the collection on there somewhere. For the object.com ones, I mean, anyway. Because like it'd be kind of a bummer because like if somebody wants to buy that, right, or they want to learn more about it, it's not necessarily like very straightforward on how do you get to the actual page. So you could, if there was more than one copy, you could buy one. It's
gonna be confusing eventually because it's gonna say like object.com number 1 like a bunch of times because everyone made a contribution of their first NFT or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that later. We'll just take note of that little thing. So that's if the artist has, like, say this is the latest one that got contributed. So it starts with the latest NFT that's been contributed is at the top. So this one's a collaboration with Nady and Dr. Gons, and you could see the creator is a contract here, and that's their collaborative contract that they use to create this NFT. So they're getting split royalty and split payment for NFT sale by Nady and Dr. Gons collaboration. So that's the NFT section of the Tezos Homebase, and over here, back to the user section. But yeah, it's the Tezos number went up. Yeah, there we go. The deposit worked.
Yeah, I saw it over here too at 2.33 in the reserves now.
That's how we've been. This is what we got to work with, and we're trying to help the Dorg Tech, the developers that are currently maintaining the Tezos Homebase and updating it. They've been working very diligently with the latest problems we've been having. Like, for example, something happened with the indexer the last proposal phase, and we weren't able to view all the addresses that had voted. Right here, it would just show one address only. So right now we could see all the addresses that have voted so far. So one of the things we're doing to try to incentivize people to use the DAO is to give them a small amount of sub tokens when they have successfully voted yes or no in a DAO proposal. So for as long as we can, we'll be giving out 50 or 100 sub tokens for each voting cycle that has been successfully completed by a DAO member. Until we have enough people, we're gonna keep doing this until we have enough people actively voting and getting good results on the votes. So as you can see over here, one thing we didn't go over was the quorum threshold. So it's already past the quorum threshold. What that means is there's been enough votes to make a decision on this proposal, is what it's saying right here. It's 100%, which is good. Now, if nobody else votes, it's still going to go on to the next phase because it has 100% support votes. There's 2,600 yes votes and 0 opposing votes. So this one's like guaranteed to go through. Sounds good. And now I want to just go and quickly go over to, let me see. like this one. Yeah. So here I just wanted to show you guys the sub farm that's gonna be starting on the 15th in about a week from now, and we're probably gonna be adding another 100 LP tokens to the deep freezer over here. I have about 80 of them right now, and I think available still. So I'm probably gonna do another 100 here. So we have the
how much is in there right now in the deep freeze?
About 60. I believe about 60% of the LP is in there. So
nice.
Almost.
Do you want to explain the deep freezer real quick?
Sure, we
for
can do that.
People who may not understand it or realize what it is.
So the deep freeze is a way to lock a developer's raised funding for their project so that users don't get rug pulled. That's the idea behind it. So that the developers can get a steady flow of income to keep maintaining their project over time, and they don't blow out their funding like in the first month of their project, you know? So
it's gonna be, you can't really they can't just like dump on people or whatever, you know, because they
well, these dates were kind of arbitrary. Like this last one right here is my birthday. This one right here is 4th of July. This one right here is Memorial Day, and this one right here is April 20th. So it's just random kind of, but whatever. That's what it is. That's what I decided to put it up as. And then
is that something that someone could, if they wanted to like change one of the dates, is that something that's up for a vote?
No, this is locked into the contract. We can't change these dates at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these dates cannot be changed. But if we wanted to make a new one, for example, and we wanted to get people's idea on when to lock it, we could put up some options for people to vote on what to lock it with. So it's pretty simple to lock an LP token. You just type in your token's name.
This is just a random thought, but could we make SEB like multi-sig?
Yes, that is one of the plans in the future.
That would be so sick,
dude. Is to multi-sig. I do want to multi-sig the developer address, like owner of the contract, basically. And Calibri has offered me to use their multi-sig contract management software. I just need to get along and get it going and decide who's going to be helping me with these multi-sigs, because it's very important.
That's probably not a like a flippant easy thing you want to do. You want to put some thought into that.
Yeah. So so that's kind of what we got going on so far. And do you have any more questions, Klick? Do you have anything you wanted to ask?
No, not really. I think what would be helpful for getting more people on board would be we got to make some nice graphics and stuff like that, like some imagery. I think would be really helpful. And then just like uploading this video afterwards too, just so people can see someone walk through and use it. I think some like written content will be very helpful, and I think that'll be good for me to work on. So, but no, I think everything's pretty straightforward. The I find the registry stuff pretty interesting, and the treasury is just pretty rad to see how much support has been shown just by people wanting to like contribute and try it out. But yeah, we'll have to. I think we gotta let everyone know that we can still that there's incentive to play, to vote. Keep voting, just get some more SEB tokens, right? Like it's kind of foolish not to, right? It's just leaving. All it takes a little bit of time and a couple cents for your gas.
Yeah, that's the beauty of DAOs on Tezos, is the gas fees for running the votes and processing the things you want to do. It's very economically. It's very economical.
Yeah, most
Let
def.
me check this one right here. This one says expired to, so we should drop this proposal. See here, it says support 100,000, oppose 100,000. So this was a kind of a weird bug we discovered. It was a tied vote, and this basically made it so that it it was a it's supposed to be executed, right? But it says expired, and that's not correct. It should just say that it was not passed. Do you think if it was a tied vote, or should it be passed from a tied vote?
I don't. That is pretty weird. What would I would think that you should.
This one is passed, basically. This one should be passed by now. Because the quorum threshold is 94,000. That's been met. I think this should be passed because it says passed here, right? And it was executable at this block level, but the problem was it was not executable on the UI because the UI thought it was dropped. So
Oh, I think I was looking at
there was something mixed up that happened on this proposal, but it should be.
executed.
We have to probably just rerun the proposal.
Did nobody
basically.
flush it? Did nobody flush it in time?
Yeah,
Is there
you couldn't. Yeah,
the
basically
file?
what happened is nobody flushed it on the proper time. Is what it's trying to tell us.
They'd have to like
But it
use
wasn't.
better call dev or something. Like
Mm,
that's what would that have worked?
Probably, but it's very complicated to do that. I believe.
Right. Like fucking, it's yeah.
You're not gonna want to
Sounds
be
like
doing that. You want to just use the UI and have everything work. So we're still just finding bugs here and there.
So can we hit drop? What happens if I hit drop proposal here?
Only the DAO guardian or the DAO person who proposed it is allowed to drop proposals, I believe.
But that should be
anyone
dropped.
may drop the proposal if it's expired, right? Yeah, so technically we should be able to drop this proposal. Right now it says expired, but it's not happening. And one other thing that's kind of weird is the proposal fee is 1,000 sub token
Yep.
to create a proposal, and you're supposed to get 100% returned to you if the proposal fails. But currently, it's not doing that. So if your proposal fails, the DAO is gonna eat your 1,000 sub tokens and put it in the treasury.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
that is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, a little concerning, but yeah.
Yeah, it is a
it's,
little concerning, but
it-
it's okay for now because we could still, manage those reimbursements manually through the back end with the developer wallet. So I'll take care of any issues
any
like
nonsense.
that. Yeah, we're trying to do this in a way right now where if we screw things up epically, we can clean up the mess as much as we can, So, for example, like in the last version of Tezos Homebase DAO, there was a big change in the contract, and then what happened was we had to abandon the old DAO contract, and there was a bunch of sub token locked in there, right? But people weren't able to access the withdraw button, and the withdraw button was broken, and everything was basically broken and frozen, and we couldn't touch anything. So we had to burn out all the sub token that was in the treasury in the V1 DAO, and then we minted new sub tokens and reimbursed everyone that was supposed to get a reimbursement. So if something happens here, and we could reboot
We still
it.
got training wheels on.
Yeah, we still got our training wheels on. Exactly it, and it is it is gonna work out, I think, because in the last 6 months there's been a lot of progress. In my opinion, this looked totally different a while ago. Like, for example, before you could only see like 9 NFTs that were on the top of the list. Basically, you could only see you could only see you could only see Hicketnunk NFTs. But recently, just last month, they updated the NFT Treasury to be able to try to load all of the NFTs. And just another one they did a week ago was they added the ability to see that it's a music NFT. You know, like that one is a music one, right? This one's supposed to be a song, and we should be able to click play and hear that, right? But you know, it's getting there. Before it didn't even display this, but now we have some drum and bass. Is this starting? Do you hear it?
I just hit the play button on my laptop.
You heard it? Yeah, the
works.
IPFS link is not even playing it, but it says it's opening. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something's up with the IPFS right now. Anyway, that's that, and I wonder what these other guys are doing. Where are these dick butts? There's like 3 dick butts. 1, 2. Look, they got 1 dick butt. 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Dick butts have created 5 DAOs already. They created 5 DAOs so far. A token to rule and guide dicker butts. Let's see what these guys got here on top. As you can see, it's similar, very similar. Like it's got the same user interface. The people with their tokens and how many they have staked, and this is talking about how much tokens they have locked, and it's the same familiar thing that we have. But as you can see, they're probably having some issues setting up Discord to vote to have 3 members of Discord community to help DF set up and promote the server. So you can see they're kind of doing a similar thing to what I was doing, where I was they're trying to set themselves up, and everybody in their DAO voted to set up their Discord server, but it looks like they don't have enough votes to get it in. Right now they have 61% quorum threshold, and that's why it says no quorum here on their proposal. So we see that in different DAOs will have different quorum requirements, and for Sebuh's Baker DAO, currently the DAO quorum adjusts slightly every proposal phase based on how many people voted in the last proposal voting phase. So right now our threshold is 98,000. I'm not sure what their threshold was, but they didn't meet the requirement. So I have in the DAO I have 200,000 sub token almost, and that is so I could make sure to try to get the quorum on whatever is being decided by the DAO. So if the DAO members, what I was planning is basically to have it where all the DAO members get to vote, and then at the end of the voting, I would vote yes or no to push the vote through to where we want it to be, where the DAO members wanted it to be, until there are more DAO members and the token has been distributed more widely.
Yeah,
we won't,
until it's a little more decentralized. And
getting it decentralized is not as easy as it sounds like.
No, for real.
So distributing tokens is obviously one of the hard parts we're dealing with here. So there's not really much demand.
Hopefully the people who jump in the SEB farm don't just dump all the SEB that they harvest. You know, hopefully some of that makes its way back into the DAO.
That'd be great if some of it made it back into the DAO to be used for voting or making proposals. That'd be great. So right here on this account, I have 1,000 sub available, and I'm just gonna. We have a lot of people voting yes, so I'm just gonna do a test here with the vote against. And look, I'm voting against. Just as a test here, so you can see how it works, the voting. So I'm voting now. It's going to cost me 6 cents to make maximum of 6 cents. They might not use this whole storage fee, but it's a 1 cent giant. Gas fee is very low. So there, the vote's going to do the no vote on the voting against the proposal number 7. And that's one thing that would be kind of cool is maybe have like in the homepage right here, when I click on someone's name, instead of going to TCKT it could go to like their a user page, and then on the user page it could have, you know, their voting history or
Yeah,
their
or it's
little
like what DAOs they're a
what
part of.
membership level they're at or what their role is in the DAO, things like this.
Totally,
That'd be
I
kind of
like that.
cool. But yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that could
Or
be
just
changed. But the what's
really cool to,
no?
I was gonna say, it'd be cool to be able to click on their names, and you know, like just have like a couple links, and then but like also show what other DAOs that they're a part of, because like that's part of like that's kind of that kind of goes really well with like the discovery aspect of like Tezos and Hicketnunk NFTs and things like that, because a lot of times
Oh,
you're clicking on other people, other collectors, and you see what else they collect, or you know, an artist, you look at an artist's collection to see who they collect and stuff like that. So like I think getting a more, that might be a good way to kind of, you know, get people to check things out and look around the ecosystem and stuff like that. You know, maybe there's a DAO that they want that they didn't know they wanted to be a part of until they found it. Something, I don't know, but
that's a good idea. I mean, we could recommend this other the idea you're having also to the developers. They're very receptive. One thing that's kind of weird right now is if I'm looking at proposals voted, put total staked and then available staked. So these numbers, the total staked number shouldn't be zero for all of these guys, because I know if this one has 99,000 staked, but they're all locked in a vote right now. That's why it's showing up as zero over here, probably because these numbers are needing revising too. So I would need to like take a closer look at these numbers and decide
yeah,
what numbers we
and
really want.
the proposals voted column is also like I've voted on a couple of them now, I think, and it says zero.
Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, good. We know we got some work to do here still, and we appreciate everybody's patience working with us on this project. And yeah, it's gonna be another fun year working
Okay,
on this.
so the votes column, that's counting like cumulative votes, I think, because it
Yeah,
looks
all
like,
the votes that you've made in total on every single
yeah.
proposal combined.
So
That's what the votes column is showing. And then the
okay,
available staked is supposed to show how many votes they have available to use right now. And then the
yep,
total staked is supposed to show the entire amount of their currently locked in votes or locked in proposal and their currently available stake total. So this should be like a total of two numbers. This one should be there, right? And then the proposals voted. Obviously, I'm only seeing 7 from this account, and
I
the
wonder
rest
if
is
that's
showing 0.
counting. I wonder if that's counting proposals that that wallet created and then was voted on, because then it would make like because you're the only one who's actually made a proposal, right? Like you've made all of them so far. So maybe the next, as soon as we can create proposals again,
Oh,
I'll do the
actually, my dad's made a proposal, and I've used the 2 different of my accounts. Like I've used the baker's account to
Oh,
make a proposal,
okay,
and I've used
gotcha.
my developer account to make a proposal. So the proposals should be counted like the
Yeah,
proposals voted should be like how many proposals you have voted on during your duration in the
yeah,
DAO,
like
right?
how many different ones you've you know, if you can, because if it, to me, if I see someone that has like 100 proposals voted, it's like, okay, they never fucking miss a vote. They literally vote on everything. That's good.
Yeah.
um
Oh, I think what would be cool. So like to add is right here it's saying rank, right? And that doesn't really convey that, because this user here has 99,000 and they are at the bottom. So that's obviously incorrect there. But when we look, it would be cool to have like if I had a pointer, it'd be crazy good. But on the left side, to have like a link to the profile that would go to the user's profile where they could input like their profile information.
Yeah, or even just have it do it automatically with like the TZ profiles and shit like that. That might be
Oh
easier
no,
for them.
because that's like usually some other thing, like like their profile, like what they want people that are looking at their profile within the DAO to understand.
Oh, okay, okay.
So like if, so for example, like if, or like to set a profile maybe even, so it's like if you, or rank can be like, yeah, the founder is this address, and then the guardian is some other address, and then now we've made you the DAO recruiter, so yours should have like a little chevron on it or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they should be sorted by that kind of rank. Like, there's a recruit level, and then like a manager level, and then maybe a officer level, and then the guardian level, and then the founder level. Those could be like the potential ranks. Right now, it's just ranked by who has the most available staked tokens. That's how it's ranked right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's another thing that could be adjusted there. What? Yep. And that's how you log out. You just click log out right here, or connect wallet. Same procedure.
It's kind of cool. They do have the Tezos domain stuff integrated
Let's
on
check if
here.
any
So
of it. Oh, it's
when I'm signed in, it just says click in the upper corner versus
on yours.
like yeah.
Is that saying click because that's your TZKT verification, or is that because of
It's
your
because of
TZ?
click. It's click.tez is my reverse domain. So you can only have one of those set at a time.
No, I think that's probably what shows on your TZKT profile. Oh, click that Tez
No,
here.
my TZKT is click.tez actually.
You
I
had them
think.
put your this as click.tez, or is that from your reverse record?
Nope. I had them put in click.tez when I
Oh,
redid my verification recently. I bet
interesting.
if you sign in with your Sebu, whatever one your
No,
reverse record.
That one doesn't have the name coming out, and that one also doesn't have a TZKT verification on it. It's just the count.
Uh,
So let me check this guy's real quick. Lenorth, and his says Beagle here, but somewhere else he's got Lenorth written down. Isn't that interesting? This
it is
and it's
it's
got a, oh, I think I know what it might be. Do you think it might be getting it from the Hicketnunk profile?
possibly. It wouldn't surprise
I
me.
think that's what it's doing.
What is Bree like? Let me click on Rob's here. Breeze blocks is yeah. So Rob's TZKT page says only Rob, but it's showing up as Breeze blocks.
On Hicketnunk.
So it must be on. So yeah, it must be on Hicketnunk. Is
Okay, so these are grabbing. Currently, it's grabbing Hicketnunk profile information. Maybe they could change it to. You could select the option of where you want it to pull your profile from. Like if everybody's using, for example, like one of the things that I would want is to have every single address here using Tezos domains, and then customize it from Tezos domains.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool because Tezos domains actually has like fields that you can add to like your
exactly. Exactly. So you could add.
I haven't found a real use for that yet.
Yeah, this could be a use for it.
I actually thought about putting that stuff in there just like ahead of time, like putting in like Twitter at whatever, Instagram, like filling that stuff out and seeing maybe, for situations just like this, but I've never done that. Let me see.
Yeah, that's an interesting use case for Tezos domains. Oh, this one.
And it's already baked in. Like,
where is it?
You just have to figure out where.
I don't hear it though. Look, this one's playing, but I don't hear it. Oh, it's not a video. It's not music. It's just a video. Whoa, this one's actually really cool. A lot of colors. Some kind of like mushroom shaman or something like that.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking. I'm just logged into Tezos domains right now, and if you go to edit your domain, there's an additional data, and they have time to live, name, nickname, email, website, address, Gravatar, Twitter, Instagram, GitHub, Keybase.
Yeah,
But then there's at the bottom, there's a few generic ones like content URL, redirect URL.
I believe you
Maybe.
could even fill in completely custom ones. Also, I believe.
Oh yeah, yep. Add custom field.
Yeah, so we would tell them that we want to use this custom field, and we'll make like a little box that that helps them update their contact fields with Tezos domains, and basically integrate Tezos domains into Tezos Homebase would be better than integrating Hicket profile to Tezos Homebase. But it's a start, this is what they just wanted to start it off with this, and
yeah. I mean, it's probably easiest. That's like a tried and true method. A lot of dApps are doing exactly that. So
what are they doing? They're migrating to use.
No, I'm sure. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of places pull information from Hicket, or like use it as like a sort of how it's being used here on Homebase. That would make sense to me because it's the most used app, and it's had the most people on it, so it's probably going to have the most information about average Tezos people. Maybe that's a stretch.
I think what they were trying to go for is that Hicket was supposed to build their DAO on Tezos Homebase, and then the plan just kind of failed.
I wonder. Is that why the UI just kind of feels a little Hicket-ish to me? Like I felt like it's kind of got that minimal kind of feel to it. It's got the dark. I don't know. I did think the.
Did you get a Hicket vibe from it?
Yeah, I did get kind of like a hen vibe from it a little bit.
Interesting.
Which is good. I like that. Hicket vibes are good.
So here I'm gonna just demonstrate how to. Right now I'm gonna demonstrate how to do NFT contribution to the DAO. So let's say, for example, I have this user account here, my NFT profile account, and I copied this address right here very quickly, and I could go to my Kukai wallet and look through my NFTs here and be like, what do I want to send? Let's see. You had an idea of one to send earlier, but let's see if I could find a good one here.
How do I turn off notification noises on my MacBook?
Okay, let's shoot this one. How to photograph music. And I click send. And here I can paste in the address, right? But if I wanted to, I could type in dao.sebu.tez, and it'll give us that same address. I'm gonna set the quantity here to 1, because I'm sending 1, and preview it. It's saying dao.sebu.tez is verify the contract can manage tokens. So yeah, this contract can manage tokens. So we're gonna hit the confirm and it goes. And then in a couple minutes it should show up in the DAO.
Kukai gives you that warning about or it says this contract.
Yeah, Temple also does the same warning because they're like, why are you sending your thing to a contract? They're saying, why are you sending your token to a contract? They're like, they don't want users to mess things up, right? So they don't want people to just randomly send random things to random contracts. Because it'll just make things messy later on, and we don't want to make things messy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's you generally want to be using the app to put stuff into contracts rather than sending it manually through a wallet. It's not a typical.
Yeah, so you're saying you would want Homebase to have a section that could look through your wallet after you connect it to send an NFT?
I didn't think of that, but that's now that you say that kind of makes sense. That'd be kind of cool, right? Like you could deposit NFT, right? Like we can deposit Tez, we can deposit other tokens. It'd be kind of cool to do NFTs as well.
Well, right now the only thing that if you send Tezos directly to the contract, it won't be calculated properly. So if anyone that is
So if
going
you
to be
skip
sending,
oh, okay, I see,
yeah,
I see.
because it has to go in the right contract stuff. So basically, like you have to fund DAO with Tez right here, but anything else, like if you're sending any other token or anything else, you could just send it directly to the contract, the DAO contract address from your wallet. I think it's pretty. I don't think it's a big deal. Like that would be like really like later on if they got through all the major bugs we're working with right now. Then yeah, you could throw that onto the pile. But for now, I think it's better to just focus on the main issues, and then work on all the extra stuff that'll make it.
Yeah, we're on like level 4 right now. We still need to finish level 0.
Yeah, man. All right, well, I think that's I'm gonna check if anyone has questions. No, there's no questions in the chat. It's just
Look, this was our first run, man. We just got to do this more often. I think we'll be stuff like this. I think will be good. It'd be fun to get more people involved and shit. And
yeah, it's Sunday. People just want to rest, baby, who knows? But
yeah, it's like midnight everywhere else other than the West Coast right now. Anyway,
it's okay. We'll have a recording up for people to watch later at their leisure.
Hell yeah!
All right. Well, thank you, Dennis, for coming and being part of this. And let's try to do another one in a couple days. Maybe we could do a live stream when when the farm launches, or.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That'll be perfect timing, actually.
That'll be next week on
the 15th.
Yeah, on Saturday. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, just hit us up. Thanks.
Later.